Hey everyone, it's me, Nick. This is my YouTube channel that I'm starting today. Now you're probably wondering what the hell is Death and Wonder if you've tuned in. Probably haven't tuned in yet, it's just me speaking to myself, which is pretty normal. I wanted to give you a little introduction video to the actual channel. And first of all, I wanted to talk about what is Death and Wonder and why I picked that name. So, death to me isn't, I'm not talking about the idea of dying, I'm not talking about that grim sort of side of the world. What I'm actually talking about is what I call creative destruction. And creative destruction to me is when you get to a point where your ideas, the things you've been doing, the things that you don't really want to carry on doing anymore, or you feel like you've done too much of, you need to sort of create a blank slate and sort of destroy your creative process. Now, to me, that's what I'm talking about when I think about death, and the reason why I picked that particular word was the idea that what I want to do on an ongoing basis is wipe the slate clean and try something new. And that's kind of what I do in my day-to-day life and when I design and when I do my work. But I wanted to apply it to my own life. Now, wonder, on the other hand, is more about that feeding that idea of creativity, which is the idea of wonder and looking out there and seeing what's out there in the world and using all sorts of inspiration to sort of, I don't know, make you awestruck, to make you feel like there's something new out there all the time, to keep you exploring, to keep you moving forward. So that's what Death and Wonder was really about, and that's why I picked those names in particular. Now the question is like, why am I creating a channel? Why am I creating this thing for myself? And there was kind of two real pivotal moments, two sort of rules that came into place when I was thinking about this. And the first one, number one, was that I wanted to create something that was mine, completely mine. No one else's, not working for another person, not working for another company, not producing something for someone else, but something for me that's done in my own hand. So everything that I create, everything that I put together within these videos and on this channel will be from me. And you've seen a little bit of that already with the logo at the start, all created by me. The animation of that logo even, which was hand drawn, piece by piece, also by me. And even the font that you've just seen, that is my handwriting that I created on iPad. And the thing is that I want to continue that, which is that everything I put out is made by me. So I have full control over it. So it's something that I can point out and say, you know what, that's me, I did that. And feel like it's actually something I have some real ownership over. So that was kind of rule one. Rule two for making this channel, well, that's a little less complicated. That was the desire to want to create something, to put something together that is, you know, gonna actually give me something to do in my spare time that isn't my work. And that's why, you know, I wanted to do that. And the main sort of, you know, bearing of that is that I also don't want this to be work. I want this to be fun for me. I want this to be something that I can do in my spare time, not really have any set goals, career paths, ideas to achieve some sort of higher purpose. It's just there because I want to create new things and just enjoy that process of doing that. So that's the second kind of golden rule to this. That's why I've created the channel. Now, there's going to be quite a variety of different content the way I'm looking at and thinking about it. I have no idea where this is going to go and where I'm going to spend the most time on. But the main thing is that I've had a few sort of like categories in mind about how I would put this channel together and the sort of things I would have. And the first one is this, which is chats. The idea of me speaking into a mic, looking at the camera, and talking about something that either means something to me or potentially just something like this, giving updates on how I've been thinking about this channel, what it means to me. So like a real like one-on-one with myself, but maybe also you if you're around. And if not, it will just be me. It'll just be a little sort of diary thing for me. The second thing was the idea of vlogging. So what I mean by that is I'm not going to be some sort of influencer. That's not not the sort of person I am. And this is going to probably be the weirdest thing for me in my entirety because I don't do a lot of social media. But I wanted to sort of capture day-to-day life with my fiance, with my boy Casper, and with my cat Mango. I wanted to capture, when we go on walks, things that my kid does. I wanted to capture the hikes that we go on, the places we go and explore and see, the things we eat, the things we do, and just capture that like family life really, and my life in general. I think it'll be fun. It'll give me something to look back on and us to look back on as a family, but also something I can share with everyone else who may be of similar sort of lifestyle. The third category was play. Now, play for me is really about the things that I like to do that have zero purpose, things that I do to just pure enjoyment. And that's usually gaming, it's usually films, and it's usually books. Now, what that may serve itself as, it might be me playing a video game and talking through it, or saying things about it that I like in a review style. It might just be playing games with friends and sort of recording those adventures and the fun times we kind of had. It may also be about reviewing films or just talking about films or things that I love in general, and just sort of capturing that so I can share that and document it and see if anyone else has any feelings about those things, and think about maybe there'll be broadening people that I play with, and that would be really awesome for me. The next thing, what was it? Oh my god, I need my list. The next thing I really wanted to capture was the idea of, how would I describe this? I guess the way I'd think about it is like the experimentation side, so a taster. One of the things I'm not very good at is sticking to a hobby and becoming an expert, or a craft and becoming an expert in that thing, and that's what I do. What I tend to do is I'm one of these people that likes to explore lots of things, explore them to a certain level where I kind of understand them and then chuck them away. Why that's enjoyable for me is that I get to learn something new, but I don't necessarily have to commit to learning it to the nth degree, and it also frees up my time to learn other things in other spaces as well. So what I'm planning to do is, when I dive into one of these new things, whether it's learning how to fly a drone or creating some form of music, or I don't know, going off and trying a new sort of surfing hobby related thing, I don't know, but like the idea is I want to capture those moments and talk through what's cool about it, how what I've learned from it and so forth, and have some fun with it at the same time. I think that'd be a really cool way to sort of show other people that just want to try something out for the first time what those things involve. And I think that's mostly it. The last one, I guess, that I will try and capture on a thing, whether this is vlogging, whether this is separate, is running. Now, this is my meditative form of escapism, which is the ability to go out there and just tread the ground, go the longer distances as far as I can, and enter the odd race, not to necessarily become first or beat other people, but just to complete the race in itself. Sometimes that's like half marathons, 10Ks, 5Ks, and then my ultimate goal, which is to run a marathon itself. I don't know whether I'll be capturing that all the time. I don't know how exciting I can make running for myself and recording that, because most of the time it's just me literally going forward, and I also don't want to take away that moment of peace for myself, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's really what the channel is going to be about. Hopefully it will be enjoyable for me, because that's the main goal, first of all, but secondly, hopefully maybe you start to watch this, anyone that decides to flick up this video and have a look through and has even sat through this last 8-10 minutes, however long this video is, and see if there's anything that I do that I love, that I'm playing with and exploring, that you're also exploring, or you feel like you want to explore and sort of do. That would be great, that would be awesome, but it's not the end goal. Hopefully you'll tune in, hopefully this will be successful, and I'll try and keep myself accountable to doing these videos as often as I can. But yeah, that's the channel. I'm Nick, and I will see you later. Goodbye.